Hello there, and welcome to our mini podcast series, Hope Beyond Today. And we'll be looking at the part one of our series that talks about the weight of today. You ever think about things that weigh you down emotionally, weigh you down physically, weigh you down spiritually? And we want to tackle some of these issues from the home, from the workplace, from society itself. I had an incident at home where my son asks his mother, my wife, "When are you dying, mom?" And she's wondering, "Why do you want me to die?" She says, "Well, I want to have access to your phone. Papa will always put the password."
Really?
I am thinking to myself, does he know the weight of growing up without a mother? You know, the phone will drain of its battery and then he'll need someone to feed him. The phone can't do that. He'll need someone he can lean on, you know, when he's growing and all of that. And he doesn't have that person in his life. But you see how technology has become a distraction, that all of us want to be on our gadgets, away from each other, not knowing how important it is to have each other. And we feel this weight on ourselves and we self-impose the television, the video games, the gadgets that we allow in our space. They add weight, even when they should be helping us to communicate easily, to have access to everything around the world, but then that's bringing more weight. Someone says you turn on the television, you watch news, you feel more depressed even as the day is just beginning. So you'd rather turn on to your word, the Bible, and then find what hope is there beyond the here and now, with all the wars going on and all the calamities. And this is why we're here to do this series together.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Maanya, the church pastor for University Seventh Adventist.
And I am Michello, the associate pastor for University SDA Adventist Church. So I associate with everything he does. He rises, I rise, he falls, I fall. And it's an invitation to you to join us as well. What we do, you do. Where we go, and what we bring to the table, we share together as a family.
Yes, and that's true. So today we are discussing real life issues that are affecting families, and encountering these real issues can be so emotional in one way or the other. But at times, you may be talking about these things and yet you are also experiencing them at a personal level. And that's why our discussion today is quite authentic, because we want to deal with the real issues that homes are being affected with in today's families. Yes. So you mentioned something in when you were speaking, when talking about the illustration you gave of your son asking the mom to
when she's dying,
and all because of a gadget, a phone, and the interest of having a phone. And today we have families can be in one space yet not connected.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny when you see people seated in one home, but they're texting each other, sitting on the same couch. And you see homes don't just drastically collapse. It takes time. It's, the things that eat us up. The couple is in bed, but then they're texting each other. Why not put away the gadgets and then be together? And we see this going on from day to day, where family life has become a transaction. Right? Have you paid the bills? Have you taken the kids to school? Have you covered this and this? There's no real connection. There's no intimacy anymore where we connect with each other, know what's going on, what's hurting, what's making us happy, what dreams and aspirations we have.
Yes.
And this collapse from the home is seen in society, because we cannot give to society what we don't have from the home. So it's basically the outpouring of the homestead.
And I don't know about those who are listening to us, but you see that these things are becoming more intense in these our times, the times we are calling as times of development. Like it's the time for people are enlightened on a number of things, but we see more families collapsing than in the past, when we had an extended family setup where people would live in a bunch of numbers in one space,
eat in the same plate. Of course, sometimes the older ones would always get the lion's share, because they have bigger hands, bigger muscles, and you have the tiny ones. But it made us together. We knew each other. We loved each other from those little, pains and hurts that we had. And like having a play to yourself. You're basically just yourself. And then when you are hurt emotionally, who'd you go to? Who'd you speak with? Who'd you share the tears with? But when you have people you eat meals with, you dip the morsel of into the same dish or plate or soup from, you can then conversate with them. But we don't have that now. And because we think we're developed, we have our own space. You have your own room. We shared rooms then.
Yes.
Slept on the same bed, used the same beddings. There was rubbing and shoving there, but like they say, iron sharpens iron. So you had 2 pieces of iron in the same room. Now you are by yourself. So you could have 5,000 friends on Facebook, but you don't relate to any of them. They're just social media friends. And you see the rate of suicide. It was shocking when I did the research that during the COVID pandemic, more deaths came from things like abortions than the virus itself was killing people.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a strange statistic to think about, that people are hurting, they should be conceiving, but then they're killing other people. It's the same thing that happened in Genesis 1, where the first family was found in murder, and it's still happening today. But there is a cure through God's word, and I'm sure you lead us through how we can then handle these issues today.
Yeah, so we see that when all these things are happening, is there hope really beyond today's activities? And in fact, we want to just invite you to our 10-day series from the 26th of August to 5th of September. Yeah, the year 2026, of course, we'll be hosting Pastor Lerato Totolo, who will be our main speaker for this mega crusade themed Hope Beyond Today. Yeah. It can look gloomy. There are certain uncomfortable conversations that are taking place in the homes. Children are detached. Divorce rates are growing higher and higher, and threatening the quality of family. But there's a word for somebody. Yes. There's hope for families beyond today.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that invitation is to everyone, whether you will be joining online, but the physical feel will be greater than you just joining us online if you come through and talk. Because when we talk about hope beyond today, we're speaking about God who never has an emergency.
Definitely.
Nothing catches God by accident.
Surprise,
it surprises us that our families are crumbling, that our sisters can go behind our backs and say certain things about us to the public, right? That we can leave each other under the bus and, go and wash our dirty linen in public and all that. But there is hope beyond today. And what we find through God's word and what the series will provide for us as we come in every day to pray, to listen in, to worship together, is that we'll get to know this God and how he helps to fix all these issues. Most of us are always stuck with this idea of a certain shape of family. We want to be totally neat. But the reality is life happens to all of us. You start off the 2 of you, children come, then one spouse dies, the other one remains. The shape is distorted, or the children die, you have to bury them. The shape is distorted, or you are divorced, and then you have to live apart. The shape, but God is more interested in the type of the family than he is about the shape of it. So you don't have children, God can work through that kind of family. You are divorced, you are single, all those little tenets that we have, there is hope beyond today. And that's what this series will supply us throughout the week. And so the invitation is for every one of us to join in and come through.
And we want to further encourage you that, prayer works for all situations. It may not give us the equal outcomes, but it will give us the equal opportunity to relate with God. And as we'll be graced through the 10 days, we have our visiting speaker, our guest speaker by Pastor Lerato Totolo. He's coming all the way from South Africa. He's the one who will be leading us in this series, Hope Beyond Today. And we're excited. We're excited to really be at the feet of Jesus and see how families will be renewed. In fact, Pastor, we also want to make us aware that we'll be having special features, that will be speaking to the weight issues that families are going through today. And you can, as invited, you can interact with us via our social media platforms and even physically here at our premises. What would be your words of encouragement, even as we look further in our series today, especially when we are dealing with the weightier matters of families?
Well, the good book says, and the book doesn't lie, that problems shared, the multitude of counsel, you find wisdom, and you can't do it by yourself. So come through, and you'll be shocked that when other people share, then you get an idea like, oh, I thought I was alone in this. So how are you handling this? I mean, how do you deal with, gadget distractions? How do you deal with crumbling families, absent fathers, true divorces, and all of that? And all these shared experiences will come alive to all of us to get a feel of what other people are going through and how God is helping them out. And this could be your one chance and opportunity to get it for yourself, live from here, to meet a friend, to meet someone who shares their testimony and their life experience. And from the man of God himself, Pastor Totolo, he's a friend of ours. We're in school together, and we're blessed during the times in campus when he would stand to speak and preach. And it would be a blessing for all of us then to share with him again how the Lord will work through all of us. So please come, and we'll share a bit more in the next episode. This is just the first of 3 that we want to share with you. So please look out for the next release of what we'll discuss, Beyond the Weight of Today, for hope beyond today. So God bless you. I'm going to keep you until we meet again. Thank you.
Thank you.